Morning. Oh shit. One last thing. First when I go live. Forgot one last thing. I had an update from YO. Let me fix that real quick. Good morning. How's everyone doing? I got what I'm going for my game. Got our run off the ground, which I'm pretty excited about. A bit of a slow start compared to our normal runs, but going. All right. Yeah, should be good. Hello, Top Flunsy. So, eight new emotes. Hopefully, some of those will be useful. What kind of damage we did to our run yesterday. Alric. Why are all my people nearly dead? Questions for last night's filthy. Morning H4. Have a bird. Plus, maybe? I see those stream notifications don't work. Luckily I have a consistent schedule. Yes, consistent schedule for the win. I don't know if they work or don't work. I only ever notice stream notification. Personally, I don't have them set up to be that intrusive, but I do notice when I'm watching one stream when another stream goes live, it will give a little pop-up, which is probably like the least useful time to get that. There we go. Tax for the Iron Gods. We're gonna get an Iron Tax emote. Yep. But good morning, Emmett. All sorts of emotes in the works. Found a decent company to work with. We had one that we were working with, but they seem to have flaked out a bit. I'm doing all right. Got some sleep last night, which was nice. Been streaming a lot. My wrist is bothering me, but I got tomorrow and Tuesday off, which will be good. Wish I had my fucking bike back, but we'll see. We'll see. Finally went ahead and scheduled some shooting lessons. So tomorrow I'm gonna learn how to shoot some guns. That should be fun. Unrelated to the bike theft. Hey Nobu. Hey Zeldist. Ah, Infuginator. Okay. Just finished yesterday's bonus. Perfect timing then. You shot the chat. No, I'm not shooting chat. I don't need to shoot chat. I have ultimate modding powers in this channel. Why the hell would I need to shoot chat? Exactly, this is America. I don't know, I just have never really handled or interacted with guns very much, and I've been on PKA some billion times now. Talked about guns with them probably 1,010,000,000 times. And, curious. I had one of the PKA viewers, Alyssa, reach out to me after the show and was like, hey, I heard you were talking about maybe wanting to learn. I've got a friend who teaches that in your area. Do you want me to connect you? And I said, sure. So I'm going to go tomorrow morning. I've got a appointment at a shooting range, and I'm going to go learn to shoot a rifle and learn to shoot a pistol. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Would it help to rotate mice? Yeah, my other mouse is broken right now, so I'd have to buy another regular mouse, which I might do. I had fun yesterday with that stuff. For archery, I'm not super big on archery. Actually, I've never done archery. I had a friend who was into it, but I never really got into it myself. I never tried it. So maybe I should have. Maybe I should have tried it. Had a good time last night. Sub drive was a success. That was our first sub drive. I think we're gonna try some more of these. And in the future. It was a test stream for it. And got some ideas for that. Let me know if you guys like the idea of the subdrive stuff. Every time I ask chat what they want, they only want one thing. You all say, stream longer, Filthy. And I'm like, I already stream quite a lot. They're like, stream longer. We want a longer stream. That's what motivates you guys. Sure. Do it. Hoping to get some mental wherewithal in the not too distant future to record the next generation of Battle Brother guides. But having a lot of fun with this. Yeah, we hit a sub goal of I think we set it for 920 yesterday, Nobu. We're very close to 1,000. So close to 1,000 again. Yeah. Missed a lot. We had a great day. We had a 17-hour day yesterday or something like that. I started streaming at 8 my time and finished at 8 a.m. and finished at 11. But I was in the office from 5 a.m. my time to 11 p.m. yesterday. It was crazy. Actually, I was thinking about it. You know, thank you for the resub, Anxiety Prime. Welcome back.
Almost a whole year.
Hey, Var.
Love the BB content.
You know how though some people have like the troll like end stream goal for channel points? I'm thinking like, what if we set that one as an end? It's like we call it Filthy's vacation day, and we're just like hit some number of channel points and donate. I was thinking like if you donate like $1 equivalent equal to the value, the number in channel of people. So if we have 800, it'd be $800. If we had 400, it'd be a $400 thing. And I just take the fucking day off. If people like that troll end stream option, we can make that a reality. like that's a possibility. So anyways, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about adding that one too. I don't know. This is like dating a little bit, which is, you know, how I think about pretty much everything. Chat always gives me these weird looks when I say that. But like what works for me doesn't work for you guys. Particularly in the sense of I'm not inside my wife's head. Or I mean, I have a working representation of that, but every time I like default wise starting dating was kind of like, oh, I assume they will behave like me in that same situation. I assume they would be similar values and similar preferences and similar things of importance, and that's such a bad way to go through. I mean, it's the best working model you start with, but as you build it up over time, you realize how inaccurate that is, right? And the same with chat. It's like the things you guys want from me is very different than the things I want from the streams I watch, or at least in aggregate anyways. So we're figuring it out. You haven't dated in 15 years? Yeah. Been a while for me too, Nobu. All right. Anyways, I had a lot of fun yesterday. It was fun. Good. I'll take my mind off the fact someone fucking stole my bike. Piece of shit. I'm considering a bike emote. How can I date chat? Oh, we're getting a democracy emote. That's absolutely happening. So I have this one now. This was their first attempt at a democracy emote. Like, really? That's not democracy. So I don't know if we're gonna keep that one around, but we're getting a redraft of that for democracy. Unicycle emote. I was thinking like a silhouette of a man on a bike with a target over them. Nobu. But we'll see. Anyways, we have 8 new emotes today. I want to see them. I want to see them in action because there's plenty of revisions to be added. I think I get unlimited revisions on these emotes, and it's a bit of a pain to get things revised because it's difficult to convey in text what you want to see visually when you're not an artist yourself. But we are working on some of them. They are working for me, Nobu, when you do those. They are absolutely working. I see them as emotes, Nobu. There we go. I don't think they look that bad. So that one's a little weird, Rise of Size. So I want a filthy like mod emote, right? Which I want it to be like, I need a mod, or the mods are doing their job, or the mods aren't doing their job, or we need some updates, or just attention mods, or thank you mods, all of these, right? But it's really hard because we had the Dutch flag miner emote, right? But we don't use miners on channel anymore. So I wanted like a filthy slave emote kind of, but it's when you draw that, there's not a lot of ways to do that well. You could do like BDSM themed filthy slave emote, but I thought maybe Twitch might have some issues with that, or maybe the mods would get the wrong idea. So right now we've got like Westworld drone icon, right? That's what that is. don't know if you guys can see it or not. That was one of the suggestions I had. This is one of the ones we're working on because I'm not happy with it yet. But you know the faceless like worker drones in Westworld? I'm like, come on, it's perfect. It's perfect, right? So, anyways, more ideas for that are always welcome. You like it? I don't like the fucking pickaxe. It doesn't make any sense. Like it made sense when we had a mining channel, but we don't anymore. So, I mean, how else do you like? I don't know. I don't like what does a volunteer look like? I don't know. I was like worried we end up with like filthy Karen as opposed to like filthy mod, you know? So like a sword. A sword is a good idea. Oh my god. Let me just I don't know why it didn't come to mind, Nobu. I'm gonna tell Tom right now who's interfacing with them right now. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Why would I not think of that? That's so good. Okay. All right. Why do you have arrows on brothers that don't have bows? Basic mechanic question from White Chocolate. Absolutely. It saves me inventory space to not have to carry around bows. There's no downside to having them in this spot when I don't need to use this spot on them. It has no weight and doesn't cost me anything to do it, but it takes it out of my inventory. And later on, if I get a bow and I have a guy who I want to make an archer, I can pull the arrows off of those guys to have him have arrows. And in particularly long fights, although this never happens, but if it did happen, I could, in the combat, drop this on the ground and have the archer pick it up if I needed a reload. Your favorite? OMG kiss? That's a great fucking prefix, by the way, for her. OMG. It was smart. Should I have a whip instead of? No. Not instead of. I've got lots of emote slots to fill. We have a bunch of old emotes we want to retire. I need some tier 2 and tier 3 emotes for the tier 2 and tier 3 subscribers. And as our subscriber count jumps around, our number of emotes jumps around too. And the way it works on Twitch is you never lose emotes if you have them. So if I had more emotes available ready to go when I was at 1500 subs, we would have like 4 more emotes than I have right now. So I do lose the slots if they were blank, but right now all of them are filled rather. So as we go up in emotes sub count again, we'll have more emote slots. As we go up in emote slots, we'll be able to keep them, kind of deal. Restaurant was stressful to watch. I found it too disjointed to follow very well, especially between seasons. Like when there would be a break and then another season would come out, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on again? And the last season was not my favorite. It's kind of a bummer too. My wife started watching Raised by Wolves yesterday. She's like, oh, I was watching this new sci-fi show. I thought you might like it, but I watched it without you anyways, without saying anything. And I'm like, it's because chat takes all my time, wife. Doesn't mean you can just do these things. Season 1 was very good, I thought. I agree. I didn't like season 2 or 3. 3 was, did it end at 3 or 4? I can't even remember now. All right. Like, they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with Dolores in the final season. Is she invincible? Is she vulnerable? Is she faking it? It just was like, fuck off. I hate internal consistency violations. If you're gonna make a fantasy or sci-fi or just anything, if you're gonna make fiction, have it be internally consistent. I will buy any set of rules you sell me. If you say, hey, there's magic in this world and the magic works this way, great. You say, hey, this is sci-fi and the technology level is here. Or you say, hey, there was a social experiment and this is how society is structured now. Sure, I'll buy all of those, but be internally consistent. Don't have it work one way one time and another way the other time. It's just bad writing. It's just like fucking stupid. If everything becomes a plot device and nothing has any meaning, right? So if magic is it does what it needs to do when you want it to. So we have an unsolvable problem with a series of intensifying situations where we can't get out of. Well, now magic works in a slightly different way that allows you to do something above and beyond what you're able to do before and solves all the problems. Fuck that. That's a plot device, and that's cheating and it's bullshit. It's boring. It's like the lazy way to solve something. So, like, build me the way that the character, you know. It's like, anyways. Why Star Wars sequels suck? I've never been very big into Star Wars. I liked it as a kid because I think they're children's films, like very much children's films, and I hate everything that's PG, pretty much. with almost no exceptions. There's lots of good films that are, you know, like, but I guess it works like this. I live in an adult world, and in an adult world, there are lots of gray areas. Sexuality is a part of it. Violence is a part of it. Life is a part of it. If you want to sell me this world, represent this world. And if the story doesn't feature these things, sure, that's fine. But if the story does feature these things but treats them at a children's level, that's not engaging to me. That doesn't do anything for me. That doesn't wrap me into that story. That just makes me think, oh, we're handling a sensitive topic with little kiddie gloves because we can't fucking figure out how to talk about it in a meaningful, impactful, or deep way. Fuck off. That's just lazy. Again, it's bad. But I can't. Star Wars like drives me nuts. I can't watch any of them. I can't even watch the originals anymore. A, probably seen those too many times, but B, I think they're children's films. So. Same with Tolkien, actually. Like the Lord of the Rings stuff. Like every time I go on PK, I try to remind Taylor that I don't like those books. One person's gratuitous is another person's happy place. Agreed. Better when it's told from a child's perspective? No, it's not. It's really not. All right, let's see what we're doing with this. I'm really excited to get this run off the ground. It's sponsored by Oreos. I don't know what the hell that promotion's about. So the carousel, which is the rotating ad that sits that way, is through F2K. That's what part of what F2K compensates me for, is to run that. And sometimes they tell me, hey, we have a new promotion with someone like NordVPN or something like that, right? Where I talk about that a little bit. And sometimes there's like specific promotions, but that's one of the ones that I don't know what the hell it's about yet. So maybe maybe I'm going to be shipped large quantities of Oreos. My wife likes Oreos, so. What's your favorite origin to watch? It's slow and it's a bitch to get started, naughty mine, but I think it's kind of cool. I think there might have been hold on a minute. Let me see if I have. I probably have. They probably told me about it somewhere and I just didn't read it or skimmed it or forgot about it. Let me see what they say, since that's the second time we've had that question. All right, F2K. Where is my... Oh, I think it was supposed to be something fun or cute or something. So I immediately ignored it. Tough. It's tough. Yeah, not worrying about it right now. Sanderson's a good writer, but you don't think you can handle any more from him. I can't get into Sanderson. I keep wanting to. I've heard really good things. Everyone talks about Sanderson like he is a writing god, and he might very well be, but I can't get into his stuff. Every time I try, I'm like, I'm just not that interested. But I haven't been reading a lot recently. It's kind of felt bad. I tried out the Amazon Prime like reading stuff. It's like basically like a lending library almost for ebooks. But I keep getting like absolute dog shit through there. And I'm like 0 and 10 on that service, and it's kind of killing me. No, I found one. I found the Sandman Slim series through that, which I've been enjoying. It's kind of a guilty pleasure maybe, because it's a bit ridiculous sometimes. But and the character's a little whiny from time to time, but I mostly like it. So. Do I read the current Hugo / Arthur C. Clarke Award nominees? I used to yearly buy the compilation book that came out of those, which would be like, you know, award like best sci-fi of 2020, best sci-fi of 2019, etc. kind of deals. That was basically a list of the nominees and winners of those awards. And I did that for quite a while, not like consistently, just be like when I travel, I would look for those books specifically, which I like. I used to find good authors that way too, but I just haven't. No library kind of has hurt me a little bit. Like I tend to use local libraries quite a lot to order books, and I kind of do them in like batches almost, right? Like I'll search for like, okay, I'm short on books again. Let me go through and like figure out like 20 different books I want, then like start queuing them up to be borrowed from the library and get them ordered and blah blah blah. But COVID has kind of put a crimp on everything right now. Yeah. Yep, I know a lot of them loan ebooks, but there's the one in Oshkosh anyways was a nightmare for that. I was having like 2 to 3 month wait periods to get the books I wanted to read on ebook. So it's just literally fucking making a file and sending it to me kind of deal, right? And I understand that they're doing some bizarre like fantasy world in which, oh, we're gonna pretend that files aren't endlessly duplicatable and we can only have a certain number and create false scarcity with this shit. But I'm like, I don't want to wait 3 months for this book, and I know you're trying to screw me with this, so fuck you. You know, kind of like that. Do I read academic books as well? Yeah, I do. I'm reading Cynical Theories right now. I'm probably gonna get Madness of Crowds in the near future. I had a bunch of Stanislaus Lem's stuff. Matt the Spoiled Brat. I bought like 4 of his books. I started with Solaris and really, really, really liked Solaris. And then I could not get into his other ones. Bought 3 and I just started them like twice or something and never finished them. Hey, Kijim. Yeah, yep. All right, are we fighting things? What are we doing right now? There is a bandit cottage. Yes? Oh, this is Huxley essays. I don't know that I need dystopian. I like dystopian sci-fi or dystopian societal stuff, but I'm not sure I need a lot more of that right at this moment. Kind of getting a lot of that already this year. And as someone who, has read 1984, has read Brave New World, who points out to my wife how ridiculous this fucking doublethink shit is that we're being actually taxed to do in the media right now in America this day. I'm like, I see the parallels. I don't know that I want to spend my recreational time living in worlds that are these parallels when I'm doing that already day in and day out in real life, So we need a bite command. I almost wrote one today. I actually forgot. I had a list of things I did this morning, but I didn't remember to put that on my list. That's 1984. Uh-huh. And it's 1984. But Brave New World is not 1984, and that is a very similar kind of theme. So, what I wanted to say. The lowest form of human being, the bike thief, has struck again and taken Filthy's beloved bike. It will always be remembered. Variation on that. Be creative, Nobu. Or not. You might not be at the stage where right now, in this moment in your life, you want to be writing in your recreational time. I can understand that too. I'm feeling like it's super hunched. I fucking hate this chair. So ready to be home again and like not be in this office. One day I'm gonna have internet restored. Like worth the GPS tracker? Probably. Gonna get a bike thief emote? Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Gonna be a silhouette of a man riding a bike with a crosshair superimposed over them. Yeah. Yes, oldish sci-fi, fairly outdated for sure. But neither 1984 nor Brave New World are sci-fi, not really. They are dystopian future, really. My wife can't read Golden Age sci-fi. She finds it too sexist. Finds the way they refer to and the input of women in those stories is just like totally pathetic. I haven't, and it's funny because I grew up reading that shit, right? Like Heinlein and Asimov and Clarke were all fucking staples of my reading as a kid. And I haven't been back through a lot of that work. I just remember really enjoying that stuff as a kid. And we did this, when we first started dating, we swapped a million different books, and I had her go through a lot of the sci-fi stuff, and I got her into the genre of sci-fi, which I'm proud about. She likes sci-fi now, but she could not get into those. I tried to get her to read, oh my god, Stranger in a Strange Land, which I loved as a kid. How do I get an emote into a command? You have to ask. Yeah, it's weird. There's weird What were we watching the other day? Oh, we were watching so my dad's been trying to be helpful, right? With no internet. He's been sending me movies. And he sent me one. I can't remember. It was a Steve McQueen film from like the 70s. I remember what it was called now. It was fucking awful. But it was awful, and like there was just this one scene like during this, and it really, like, my wife got annoyed about this scene. It was just like he was just like casually slapping his wife around. Like she had made like some mistake, and he pulled over the car, like pulled her out of the car and was slapping her around in the scene. And like the whole thing was just like him being like totally non-communicative and just like grunting and taking care of things. I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? It was hilarious. Thanks for the gift of sub, Nobu. And then went into the deep end with Stranger. Okay. I don't know what my favorite Heinlein books are. I'd have to think. Go back to it. I liked Stranger in a Strange Land. I liked Friday. Didn't really like Starship Troopers. What are the other big ones? The time traveling series. I always hate time travel. I don't think there's any good way to deal with time travel. Movie from another decade? Yeah, it was a movie from 50 years ago and it felt it. Okay. Aliens? It's not Heinlein. No. Alright. We're fighting raiders, maybe. We have people, kind of. Our run is going well, mostly. Moon is a harsh mistress, that's right. Oh, the movie was fucking junk for Starship Troopers. But Starship Troopers was a nice intro for me into the world of military sci-fi, which I really, really enjoy. And found me things like Forever War. It was fucking excellent. I think there are better military sci-fi writers than Heinlein by a lot. Armor. Yeah, Armor's one of my all-time favorite sci-fi, military sci-fi books. Just like the author just does this incredible job of depicting this like ultra bleak like military bureaucracy with a person trying to survive in this insane war. It's just so good. It's so good. The rest of the book is not as good. Like the writing outside of the flashbacks for Felix's flashbacks are just not anywhere near as good. But Felix's fucking flashbacks are so goddamn interesting. My wife likes Le Guin a lot. I read have you guys read the kind of more recent, there's some, what was it, Nine Fox Gambit, I think is what it was called. It's a series of I think 3 now. I liked 1 and 3, didn't really love 2, but that was pretty good. I really liked the like mix of magic and technology as their kind of their tech sequence, which was really cool. Armor's excellent. I have a friggin' Goodreads page where a lot of this is on there. Just haven't touched them in a lot. Haven't touched it in a while because I keep reading these really junk books, and I should update it just like to make like as a like a community service announcement to be like, please don't read these books. No. I think that bot is gone, Nobu. I think we probably can update commands here now, but I like keeping the commands out of chat. Bejald. I don't know Bejald. I don't know these either. What a velocity weapon in Numenon. DM me those, Nobu, please. So I have them as a record post stream so I can look them up. Your Legion. Is that the fucking Bob the Builder shit? Woody recommended that to me. I read one of them and didn't like it. I don't recognize the name Flame Dance. I may or may not have read something by them. Yeah, it's in the Dune series. I like Herbert. Or I like I read it in part. It's so hard because some of these things are, I mean, that's again golden age of sci-fi, right? Some of these things are like interwoven into my childhood. So sometimes, and I haven't read some of these in years and years and years. So like going back, a lot of times these books don't survive rereads. So it's tough to say. I have fond memories of Herbert, and then my wife read, I think, a couple of the Dune series in the last 10 years or so, and seemed to come out of them fairly positive. It was a bit noble savagey for me, which I didn't really like. But I did like the kind of feudalism in space kind of idea with like guilds and houses and you know, assassinations and, you know, bondsmen and this type of shit was very interesting. I enjoy the loyalty porn in sci-fi. It's fun. I will not ever remember that flame dance here. The best way to give me that information in a way that stands is to either ping me in Discord, so in the books channel, at me there, or DM me directly with that, and I will check it out at a later date, or at least go scan some reviews to see if it might be something I like. But it's just, by the time I finish 8 hours of interacting with chat, I never remember the things that I started interacting with chat about. Big worms aren't sci-fi. Mind-altering spice that allows you to navigate the warp through long-term mutation is pretty fucking cool idea, though. It like overlaps so heavily with 40k. Hey, Zello. I haven't read Lazarus Effect. I don't think I ever read anything by Frank Herbert except Dune. Hold on. Lazarus Effect. That's not what's the one with? There's a series I read, at least one of the books in it a million years ago. It was basically Alpha Centauri, like written, like the game, but like actually was written about. And it was I can't remember the name of the books, but in it they had like their religion was worship, WORSHIP, and it was essentially this generation ship that had landed and settled this planet with some weird mind-altering kelp shit on this planet, and like these weird customs that had grown out of this long voyage through space, which was super. I don't know. It was a pretty cool book. It might have been Herbert. I can't remember now. Can't remember the author's name. But when you say Lazarus, that's what tickles my mind when you say that. Print SF subreddit. No shit. I'll go find that. Always like good Reddit suggestions. I get good porn Reddit suggestions from Kyle every time we go on PKA, but I often don't find. I don't know how he finds the number of fucking Reddit stuff he finds, but he gets really cool subreddits. But I don't know. I don't find non-porn ones as quickly. So it takes me longer because I don't get good recommendations from him. So Print SF. Yeah, what was the best one from Kyle was chat. God, I don't subscribe to them, but like, fuck, it was like porn 411 or something like that, where it's just like people are like, do you know any good porn subreddits for X? And then like people reply and like link a bunch of subreddits, and it's like the internet's a glorious place. Print SF. All right, I'm following that now. I'll see. I'll give it a couple weeks. If anything interesting pops up, I'll leave it. Otherwise, I'm removing it. Kyle is a cultured gentleman. Kyle, he's a connoisseur in some areas for sure. We said Hole 03. I loved that book. Hole 03 is one of those books that leaves permanent, lasting images in my mind. The idea of genetically modified and grown organisms that you release into worlds specifically to clean out the existing life in those worlds is such a fucking interesting idea. And the idea of do we spoiler it? Because it's so good. I almost don't want to spoiler it, but I want to like talk about the idea. The idea is so fucking good. It's so good. I think I have to. Yeah, NSFW 411. That sounds right. The Culture. Which, by the way, The Culture is another sci-fi series I really loved. No spoiler.
You have returned.
I don't know if I cannot. I don't know if I cannot spoil it, Zylo.
Hyped filthy.
It's so good. I want to talk about it now. Hey, Kervik. Thanks, man. Yeah, the Jesus incidents. That's what it was called, Zarda. Thanks. All right. I have to, Xylo. Cover your ears, Xylo. Hole 03. Hole 0. Is it hole 0? I think it's hole 03. But all right. The idea. Take this for an idea. You ready? I want to play this game. I want to play a game where you are. Okay. So this is the basic premise of a book whose name I'm not even gonna link this to the book anymore, because go read fucking hole 03. I think it's Greg Bear, right? And if you haven't read if you haven't read this book and you think you might want to because you're a big sci-fi fan, just take off your headphones for like 2 minutes, just so I don't spoil it, because it's a book that you piece together from the perspective of the protagonist, and it's my favorite type of protagonist, which is the unreliable protagonist, where you don't know what to trust about them because they lie to you. They're the narrator, but they lie to you, which I fucking love. But anyways, oh my god, Gene Wolfe does that incredibly well too. I love Gene Wolfe stuff, although it's been ages since I read it. And I read it like once and was like, I have to reread this. This is so fucking in depth. And I know he wrote all of his books with the idea of you should always have to reread them more than once because they're so complicated you'll never get them on the first row. But anyways, okay, for this book, the rough premise is essentially, I'm not going to describe the books. I'm not trying to spoil the story, but I can't talk about this portion without spoiling part of the story. And this is this image that has stayed with me for years and years and years after reading this, right? Which is, the idea is, okay, they're on a generation ship, a colony ship. It's not clear if they left Earth, in what condition they left Earth. But what the designers and creators of this mission have realized is part of the way to be most adaptable to the situation you find is by the narratives you tell yourself. So it's essentially an adaptive ship for the people that it brings to life for it. So it has these templates of people, and the memories that template has when the person is born, then when born into that ship, they don't know that they're a template, and they don't understand that their memories are designed to fit the situation in the most adaptive way. So if they encounter hostile aliens on a planet, the planet that their ship can go to, and their ship can't go to another one. So if it goes to this location and settles it with this huge investiture of resources and a questionable past, it tells different stories. So if you wake up and it's hostile aliens, the ship tells you a story about invasion on Earth, destruction of resources, and justifies for you mentally all these reasons why it's okay to kill them, to take their land, to take their property, to take their world, literally. And it has a different narrative that it teaches you if it wakes up and it's like aliens who are willing to share, or uninhabited planet, or whatever else. What a fucking incredible idea. Because you're like, what is the best way for this ship and this crew and this mission to succeed? And it is, well, shit, ethics are going to get in the way if your people are second guessing and like bemoaning like, well, we don't want to dispossess these people, or we don't want to, exterminate the species, or and it has a catalog of weapon systems in there basically that scale up based on the type of thing it's dealing with. So it's like, all right, it has the capability to biologically exterminate another planet by dropping essentially a super invasive organisms in that are designed to just kill and eat everything in there. It's so fucking good. What a mind fuck of an idea. Like, because the colony idea, like the colony ship or a generation ship colony idea is a pretty old idea, but I've never seen it spun that way. Of the idea that you not only manipulate what you bring, you manipulate the people that you bring to fit the situation, not just physically, because that's been done a bunch of times too, not by genetic modification, but also by manipulation of the information that they process with, and the manipulation of the past that they're supposedly coming from. The people on the ship don't know if the world is ending, they're the humanity's last hope. That sometimes gets sold that way in some of the catalog versions. It's so good. It's so good. What a fucking incredible idea. Anyways, I'm not going to spoil it anymore, but I just It's one of those ideas. It's one of those books where the images and ideas of that book have stayed with me for so long. And I think I've read it twice now, and I've recommended it to a dozen people and bought it as a gift for probably the same number. And when you read, and again, I'm no more spoilers. So if you were unlistening, we can start listening again, right? But those types of books, when you hit like books that like last with you to that degree, like stick with you that long, like Armor does that for me. It's just like wow. Anyways, Bren Glenn Cook. Name sounds familiar, but I don't know a book that corresponds to that writer right now. Kill Die Repeat. No, is it the one that shitty movie was based on? But I have not read the base book. Black Company. Yeah, I read I think the first one of those maybe. Is that the medieval mercenary company kind of deal? Tried to mute it on mobile, ended up pairing it to your Bluetooth speakers. Sorry, Var. That will not ruin the book for you. It will just steal a little bit of the thunder. Hopefully not too much. I so strongly recommend reading that if you haven't already. Okay, Filthy Rob being enthusiastic. I got some sleep last night. I had a good day of streaming with you guys, and then I got some sleep, which was nice. I haven't thought about my bike in like 30 seconds. But we're back to thinking about that. Drink enough to wipe it from your memory? Perfect. What book? Hole 03. I feel like protagonists are morally gray. I would, you know what I would like? I would like Mark Lawrence sounds familiar too. Is he is that either the red, is it the Bastard King or Bastard Son or something like that trilogy, or is that there's two I read around the same time that were both medieval fantasy that were somewhat similar but a little bit different. One was like, oh fuck, Prince of Thorns, possibly. Yeah, you're good. Wow, you're good. Red Sister. There was one I read that was super interesting that hinted at that at the end of it. I think it was Red Queen, maybe. Fuck, I don't remember. It was one of those books, and it was, you know, it was just like this thing that it was just like steaming along as a medieval fantasy kind of deal, and then it kind of added things like one of the castles was a old parking complex, and I'm like, wait, what? And then it kind of got a little bit further into it, and it was clear that this was a post-apocalyptic civilization. And then in part of the end of one of those books, it got into, there was some working text somewhere, and I suddenly got really interested, and I think the series ended right then, and I felt like super unsatisfied with that ending. I'm like, wait, what? No, I want to hear about the post-apocalyptic future, like, you know, that kind of stuff, which is super interesting to me. That's Prince of Thorns? Yeah, read that. Yeah. No, but I'm feeling really awkward right now. Do we like hype your stuff for a minute? I don't have to. What if I want to? I was asking your permission. I know what my permission is for me, because I am me. Yeah, a lot of good books, a lot of good authors. For sure. Think we're gonna unpause? We're at 45 minutes of no playing. Too many good books? No. Oh, I was gonna ask for recommendations from you guys. If nobody's feeling uncomfortable. I want, what did I want? Oh, right. We were talking about, someone said in chat that they like a protagonist who's a bit more morally gray. Do we have any good books written from the perspective of villains? Like, can we, I want games this way too. I'm so tired of playing the fucking good guys. Can we ever play the bad guys? Can we ever be the bad guys? Can we ever have morally interesting bad guys? I did. Wow. Yep. Robot book club today. We're talking a little bit of books this morning, Vandrosh. Yep. Am I muted? Nope. I'm literally playing cultists to sacrifice people? Sure. Link, Nobu, DM. God, I had read this book called Exchange of Hostages, which was really fucking interesting, which was kind of some morality of a good guy who did really bad things in that. And that was fairly interesting, kind of the mental strain it put him under and just kind of the coping mechanisms of it and the altered personality that came with it. I liked that. I mean, that writer, I can't remember her name, goes down some rabbit holes with that one that are not always the rabbit holes I wish to pursue them down. But that was a good mix of extreme situations and also a lot of loyalty porn, which is kind of nice. Games like that, but usually suck because the whole game's about the gray area. Yeah, and there's some books like that too. I read that. I think there was two of them. I think it's two of them. They're like almost like adult, not adult, like young adult almost is how I got from them. They're like about superheroes, and there's like an evil superhero who's the protagonist kind of deal, but didn't really love it. I fucking hate young adult fiction too. I did enjoy Joe Abercrombie's a very good example of that. Yeah, and I like his stuff, although he writes so prolifically. I'm not sure what I've read of his and what I haven't anymore. I read the First Law series when it came out, and I think I read some standalones with that, and I think there was another one by his I read, but I liked that too, because in that world, good did not always win, and the good guys in that world are often bad guys. And the depiction of a berserker from like the first person point of view of that was fucking incredible. Because how many times have you seen the berserker trope show up somewhere, right? And then how many times have you thought about the moral weight of how you would feel if, when in battle, you became essentially an indiscriminate killing machine and killed your friends as well as your enemies? Like, what a fucking interesting idea. Acts of Cain. Bale, can you DM me on Discord for that? Or tag me in the writing channel? Understanding what the Unabomber was about? No thanks. No, I haven't seen that sign art. Is it a game? I've read a lot of Joe Abercrombie stuff. That's what I was talking about, Heimdall. That's the Berserker reference. But I don't know if he's read. Has he written? I mean, I'm sure he has written stuff. I haven't looked at him in a while. Might be worth reminding me about that too. Still too good for me, Nobu? What do you think of me? You think I have a black heart? Dark, evil heart? Full of hatred for my fellow man? Absolutely not. I'm definitely the protagonist in my story. But yeah, I would like to. I want to read another one of your books, Nobu. I did that one, and the one was, I liked it, but I was like, I don't know. It felt light to me, and not like necessarily light in content, but like, I don't know. Black and Steel. Well, you let me know, Nobu. I would love to support a writer who I like. It would be fun to have another book by them that I could read. I hear you've only written 1 to 2 books. Is that correct? Yeah, 22, but who's counting, right? Oh man. All right, we're gonna play some Battle Brothers today, chat. I'm happy to have this, but I always feel a little like I'm doing the bait and switch. Hey, we're playing Battle Brothers. Ah, just kidding. We're talking about books today. Yeah, I don't know. So chat, I would love some book suggestions where the protagonist is somewhat questionable. Mystery for them, I'm gonna say. Okay. Mystery tends not to be my jam, although it's sometimes interesting. I like a mystery where they explain the shit out of it, because then I can be super lazy when I'm reading it. I don't always like to be lazy when I read. I like piecing together the world through hints and the kind of small pieces of it dropped here and there. But for a mystery, like, I find the rest of the mystery so boring most of the time that I'm like, yeah, just spell out the convoluted scheme that happened, and that's interesting to me. Read the Stormlight Archive. No, I think I started and couldn't get into it. Where do we put them in Discord? Do we not have a fucking Discord channel for this? Hitler's biography. Oh, you're a funny guy, H4. Remind me a little bit of Victor these days. Where are we for? Oh, Filthy's Book Club is the channel. It's in the Filthy Fam channels in Discord. I'm interested in the Battle Brothers fanfic. Nobu. Generation Kill. Don't know that one, Bagabooga. You can always recommend it. I started doing. I did a little bit of military memoir stuff, but not really. I read Jocko Willings's book on leadership and the sequel to that, which was I think it's called Extreme Leadership, which I really liked. It gets very, very accurate representation of type of leadership style that I like, and then that was interwoven with real life examples of that, which was pretty cool. Jocko's a stud. Jocko's a very interesting guy. I like his podcast with I don't listen to his podcast specifically, but I do listen to him as a guest on a number of the podcasts that I do listen to, like Rogan and Sam Harris and things like that. Baker's Prince of Nothing sounds familiar. Is that I think I maybe started that and then, like, the books weren't out. The finishing of that series wasn't out and I never got back to it. I guess I need to be more clear with this, H4. You and I seem to be butting heads a little bit recently. And that's fine. We can butt heads. You keep it under a certain threshold, I just get kind of, I look at it and kind of scowl, and then we move on. If it reaches above a certain threshold, I moderate you. So, just heads up. Does Jocko recommend having at least one runner to distract the enemy? He is less about sacrificial leadership than I seem to be, yeah. How do I pronounce that, Nobu? The E-T. Is it like belay? Or is it bellet? Like ballet? Okay. So it's ballet? Gotcha. Alright. Okay. So, anyways, my point being in part was, hey, I was thinking about, I don't know how we got started on the book train, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And two, I could use some recommendations right now because I'm in a dry spell for what to read right now. So that'd be good. And I need to update my Goodreads again. I ever read the Malazan Book of the Fallen series? Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite series ever. And I have heavily recommended that book series repeatedly on channel. It has a lot of dark shit in it. It has a lot of really memorable characters. It's got really good humor. It's a book that makes me simultaneously, and I really like the depiction of gods as individuals with story arcs and their own lives, and that's super cool. I think we have one of our viewers in this channel is an Animander Rake somewhere. It's a fucking incredible character in that too. Robin Hood Assassin series is pretty good. Robin Hobb Assassin series. I think I've read the first one of that. Did that start as like a self-publication thing and kind of get bigger? I found the quality of writing in one of those that I read pretty low to begin with. Now, that may not be fair. It might have been a first book kind of deal, and it may not be even that author. I don't want to slur some random author for no reason here, but is that the one I'm thinking of? Oh, it's somebody else then. Haven't read the Dresden Files. I started one, couldn't get into it, or finished it and didn't love it, or whatever. Poppy War. Maybe. An e-series called Filthy Reads. No, we could do it. I don't know. I'm always thinking. I'm always wondering about thinking about other ways to do content, right? Like I think some watch parties would be fun. I'm a little like okay, chat. Let's brainstorm this for a second. If I did some watch parties, which I'm a little interested in, how do we do it interface wise? Am I sitting quietly as a little tiny character on your screen as we watch a television show together? That seems not content. That seems like I'm just watching TV with a viewership. Am I commentating it? Am I pausing, talking about something that's interesting when it happens? My wife likes me to shut up when we're watching television because otherwise I'll shit talk it nonstop if I don't like it. Jade City. Link it to me, Nobu. Any of the books in the 40k universe good? Not that I'm aware of. A little commentary. It sounds fun. Is it though? Because A, what if it's good? B, like there's a finite amount of like, how long are we taking? Like a half-hour episode is what? Like 2 hours with commentary? You know, like. Hmm. Which does he have like a summary of that, Xylo? I have watched some of his content actually, some of his reactions to upcoming MMOs because I'm looking at Ashes of Creation is a little bit interesting to me. Is that's good as short term but really bad long term for a channel? Yeah, I'm not looking to make my primary content that way, but I think it might be fun from time to time. Hell's Kitchen. I've seen like previews for that, and I don't think I would want to be treated like that. Only works if I'm qualified to comment on it. Otherwise, it's a reaction video and I'm above that. I'm above nothing. Matt the Spoiled Brat. I make a living streaming. I have to make a living streaming. so, nope, not necessarily above that.
A renewal. Welcome back.
You know, he had a personal channel, Xylo.
King
I don't really follow him that much.
Stayed for the book club.
Hey, Sentient Hamster. Thanks for the resub. Above a bike thief? No, the bike thief is above my bike right now. Probably riding it around happily. Okay. All right. I'm going to go return some coffee. And then we're going to unpause this fucking game and we're going to play Cultists. And we're going to do that for a lot today. Yeah.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Thank you, Voltenant.
Oi.
Oi to you as well. All right. Back in a minute. All right, chat. I'm going to say this one more time here. If you have good book recommendations and you can type more than a few sentences in a row with grammar and, you know, descriptions, you should share those in Discord. Because stuff that happens here in chat will show up for a second and disappear. The stuff in Discord will be there as a resource for more people, like a certain young streamer who's interested in finding some books to read right about now. All right. And I promise I will update my Goodreads soon. Young streamer where? Well, it's all relative. It's all relative. It's an attitude. Yes, Kerbrick, I'm fucking pretty pissed about the bike, quite honestly, mate. Pretty pissed about it. How do the loot mechanics work in this game? Played years ago and it was dumb shit like trying to knife someone to death. Hey, welcome to the channel. Loot mechanics. You have a chance to recover things that is based in part on how damaged they are. So, if you take the time and the danger and risk to yourself to stab a guy where his armor doesn't cover him, like his underarms, his neck, his joints, and you kill him like that, his armor's intact and you get to loot it. If you smash him to death with a giant club, his armor's ruined and you don't get to loot it. Hope that answers that. Hey, Grumble Jump.
Expands. Praise the sub.
Thanks for the sub. All right, we got one last thing before we go, which is if you haven't already, please check out Benny Bellet, B-E-L-L-E-T, an author that I'm strongly endorsing on my channel moving forward. We're gonna go play some Battle Brothers. All right. What are we doing today? We are sacrificing people to our dark god to grow stronger and more evil, while taking the dumbest and most brain damaged of people and converting them to our cult. Fucking like real life. Maybe too close to real life. An author of 22 books. Dav coolness, presumably. Alright. Like the Catholic Church. Not like the Catholic Church, no! Who goes to the Catholic Church? What relevance does that have for anything? Grab our brothers. Kill some raiders, probably. Possibly. Dude, this militia pickup was pretty sweet. All right. They call themselves cultists. I believe they're a special interest group of some sort, Nobu. A club of like-minded individuals who get together regularly for human sacrifice. Kind of a closed-door event, really. Invite only. What are we doing with this brother? Why am I so reluctant to unpause today? Like, I don't want to unpause. Why? What's going on? I do like that. I do like as you get older, the level of introspection. You're like, I'm aware now in a way that I wasn't about things that are happening. Sometimes from just being able to describe the actions, right? I'm reluctant to do this. I don't know why. I need to think on why. Is a very real experience in my life anyways. Thanks, Darple. I'll add you to the list of potential recruits. Okay, almost called you Dav Cool. Darple. So $10, man. I'm not interested in that right now. All right. Let's deal with this. That's one of the other emotes I'm going to be bringing. It's going to be Audio Pixie. It's going to be some sort of probably bikinied fairy kind of emote with some audio speakers. I'm imagining a boombox, like a fairy with a boombox. So that's going to be anytime anyone has any comments about audio on my channel, we're going to be putting that in. I think we'll call it either Filthy Pixie or maybe Filthy Sound, Filthy Audio, something like that. Because that is, in fact, the reality of streaming. Especially when I move my setup every fucking 3 weeks or something, which is extremely painful. All right, we're gonna go kill raiders. I'm killing raiders for the sheer joy of killing raiders. Sometimes it's joyful and sometimes it's not. I want another frontline armor piece there. And we're supposed to be assigning stuff here. Am I giving this person... Is Lullaways damn heavy enough to run 114 at 7? Yeah, it probably is. Not amazing, but it's okay. Let's give him a Metal Forged. Okay. Slap on our new light scale armor. Does this come with the black helicopter emote? I think it's more enjoyable than the black helicopter emote. At least I assume. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be responding to this, right? Which is why I have no interest at all in dealing with it. It could be there is a fan in this room. I'm currently using a noise gate. So it could be something to do with clipping of the voice one way or the other. And either way, it's a minor enough detail that I'm probably not worried about it today. Because very likely it will change again when I move back home too. So, yeah, and it could also be the setup of the individual. And if it's really kind of minor, I'm just not going to worry about it for now. These things are a pain in the ass to run down. Plus, my next purchase is apparently going to be a fucking bike. So, I'm really going to hold off on the audio equipment. For a little bit. We'll see. Alright. Happened to my previous bike? Attrition, really. I needed some motivation to get some training with pistols, and thought my bike would help with that. Cart. Yeah, cart could be good. Do we have a bike command yet? I thought Nobu was writing that. There we go. That command is almost perfect except for one thing, Nobu. We have a new command. We have Filthy F. That's right. The bike was backseating me in Sim for years. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Are the wife and I still out in the Midwest? Yes, she's been promising me for nearly 10 years now that we will move out of the Midwest. And then she keeps taking jobs in only in the Midwest. Presumably to troll me. You guys can ask her about it next time we do a sub drive. Alright, why are we scouting over here? Do we want to die to Necrosavants? No. I'd love to kill Necrosavants, but I don't think there's any real reason to fight that with this team right now. Alright. One day our team will be strong enough to take Necrosavants, but it is not now. But we can take the hovel of armored Widergangers. Why the fuck would I want to go in there? Just to clear it out, I guess. Just experience, I guess. Gives me a reason to carry all these swords, I guess. Sure, we'll kill zombies for fun. Said no one ever. Alright, fine. I'm not daggering them. I refuse, chat. It's against. I'm not spending that amount of time on zombies. The fact we're fighting them at all is ridiculous, but we need experience on our brothers, so. Excuse me. Trick chat is to amuse ourselves until lunchtime. Because for lunch I have leftover fucking Thai food. Which is the best food in the world, I'm pretty sure. Is there any cuisine better for takeout than Thai? Like, honest question, chat. Italian? No. Indian? Indian is a food I really enjoy, and takeout Indian's pretty good, but I gotta say, if I had to choose one cuisine for the rest of my life and it was Thai or Indian, I would eat Thai. Good Mexican comes close. Very hard to find a good Mexican restaurant, though. Extremely difficult. Maybe near impossible. Ethiopian. I really like Ethiopian. I've had it once. I don't really love the communal dining thing with everyone sharing the one plate, and I found that bread to be like eating a fucking wet, eating a wet sponge. And that if the basis of the cuisine is the bread that is supposed to soak up the flavor of other things, but it has the texture, consistency, and enjoyment of eating a fucking sponge, then it doesn't, didn't really do it for me. The sponge is good? It's like enjoying sponges something that you have to do to get into fucking Holland? Netherlands? You know, you like, was that on your citizen test, Nobu? Do you enjoy eating sponge? Yes? I mean, I eat a fair number of weird creatures. So, like, I could maybe be talked into that if it was billed that way. Like, have you ever tried sponge, Filthy? And I'd be like, oh, I've never tried sponge. That sounds interesting. Is it like shark? And they'd be like, I don't know. It's like sponge. I believe a zombie hit me. Maybe I just had a bad bread incident with Ethiopian. Maybe I should try it again one day. Maybe. But anyways, real talk, chat. Anything compared to Thai? No? Never had shark? Wasn't that exciting. Too much sugar in their dishes, huh? It could be true. I don't know what's in Thai food because I don't cook it myself. So maybe they're tricking me, like adding sugar. It's like adding sugar to the dough in pizza. So you're like, I like this, but I don't know why. Could be that. Could be that. It's true. Greek. I like Greek quite a lot. Greek's a bit heavy, but as a cuisine, it's a pretty interesting one. I fucking hate this scavenger. The scavenger's garbage. I want them gone. I want them fired. Whale is like steak. I don't think I've ever had whale. I thought you weren't supposed to eat whale anymore. It's a cultist procession in town. We've got Rabe and Ike. And Ferdinand. Oh, the cultist names are pretty good. Alright, let's try them out. Maybe. It's a lot of HP. We've got a dumb cultist who's superstitious. That does not count. Triple melee defense, double fatigue, optimus, melee skill star, cultist. Welcome to the team, sir. Yeah. You ate it in Iceland. Yes. What you just said is the same justification people have for, what is it? Like, what is it called? Sex tourism, I believe, Nobu? You just said that about whales. Some people travel to less regulated countries to engage in fetishes that are illegal elsewhere. I am a food tourist, Nobu says. Ah. Let's hope it was expensive. Let's hope that for every whale they feed you, they like plant 2 more whales, right? I think that's how that probably works. All right, I need to sell some garbage. A lot of garbage in my inventory. Yeah. I think there's like aren't there whole charities based around like planting X thousand whales? I think there are. There are now, in fact. It's now canon. One of the great things about being a streamer is I decide what's reality and not reality in my channel. I think that's now new reality. Do we have too many flails? Maybe. Yeah, I have no knowledge of this. I am just distracting myself until it's tie eating time. We have too many armors in inventory. Probably about the right amount of hats, but maybe too many hats. Alright, let's do some repairing. Okay. That's fine. She wasn't eating the endangered ones. I feel like I have to bite my tongue to not keep drawing the sex tourism analogy. So I will. I'll bite my tongue. Alright, we can't get another Resolve 2 roll? Maybe. I could have 5 points of HP. Or I could have 2 Resolve. All small dogs should be eaten. I'm 100% behind that initiative. You could call it cleaning up. Clean up America. Clean the world up. This is our banner, chat. We can't just not take resolve rolls. Can we? Alright. He's a cultist banner. You know, he's an impassioned speaker. He just may not be a very effective speaker. All right. Chat. All right. We gotta speak to this condition here in chat. Ready? Ready? Sex is inherently interesting. Agreed. I'm on the same page as you. But you could still talk about it in interesting ways. Just randomly adding "Can we fuck whales?" to the end of this is not an interesting statement. It's kind of like the same idea of trolling, right? Be an interesting troll. Come on, chat. We can do better than this. We, as a species, can do better than this. I think we're a species in chat, right? See, like, nobody's got the right idea. You know, maybe that's something you're into. You know, you sex tourism to Iceland for whales, sure. But why? What makes that an interesting thing to talk about? What really, what about it might you be able to communicate to other people that they might find that interesting too? See? Okay. How did we get here? Well, it was a long and winding road, but we're here now. Best not to question things like that, I think. Alright, so 140 hats, some 115 hats, 110 hats. Are we done with 105s? We might be done with 105s. Looks like we're done with 105s. Alright. Giving chat too much credit? You think that? You think that's your take-home message for that? Usually people restate things I sell them and I'm like, Not quite what I said. GM box plot. It's for the 400 bits. Alright, let me get you on the roster. All the wolf armor, fearsome, probably overpowered. You're probably right, Whale. I mean, cultists are actually a decent run for fearsome if you're gonna buy into that shit. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I guess if you're role playing the cultist, you would run fearsome on everything because you're basically buying your own bullshit. I could see that. 9 flails too many. 1 too many. Anything else I'm doing here? How many swords do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, need that sword still. Alright, I think. I don't want to do the math on war brands. I seem to remember every time I've done the math on them, I've been disappointed. Do I just sell them now? The one-handed arming sword is just better, right? Just straight up better in all ways. I think it might have been. Are we on tools? We need tools. 4 of those plus me. Okay, it's 2 more. Alright. I heard of Atlantica Online. Nope. Okay. Alright. Good. Yeah, we're better. Better than we've been, I guess. Alright. Weirdest thing you've ever eaten. Some of the fermented things are always kind of weird to me for eating. Sometimes they turn out alright, but sometimes you're like, that's not a reasonable thing. Not a reasonable thing at all. What is okay? Okay, we have 2 brothers to name. We're gonna name them both starting now. Let's go. Ike is Care Bear, but Care Bear's already on there, so we have to roll again because he's currently alive. Lassafras. The roll well or else, cultists. Oh. All right, and next, Bedlam. The tanky. Good. Kill the worm. I've never done that. Another strange thing. Alcohol is an interestingly strange thing too. Alright, are we gonna run real spears? I kind of like the ability to puncture off this. Oh, electrics. This guy gets a spear. He gets a shield in his inventory. Alright, armors need to be updated. Do you have any shit like 90s? Yeah, this needs to go. That needs to go. That needs to go. Okay. What happened to flailing around? Because we're not flailing around. Okay. Alright. Grilled tarantula? haven't done a lot of insects. I think I've had like crickets, maybe ants. I had them in a drink, and the drink was super spicy, and it was really good. So I'd have that again. But I've never eaten like just like a grilled tarantula. Sounds interesting. Like ice cream. Why would it help ice cream? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've swallowed a fair number of bugs biking back when I had a bike. But I wouldn't have gone out of my way to order them on a menu. But I would order them again in that drink I had. That was quite good. Yeah. Protein supplement. Oh shit. They had in college they had this like supplement that you could put on like pretty much fucking everything. I think I used to eat it in cereal with some sort of like supplement, like some sort of, I don't remember what it was now. You just do that with like bugs instead. Yeah, one time I think I watched an episode of Bear Grylls where he said basically you could eat any bug that was like under like an inch or something without getting sick. Didn't seem exactly accurate to me, but I thought, well, that's some information I can pass on to some suckers. So here we are. Talking about that. So that's good, is what I'm getting at. Alright, 72. I should repair these more. Yeah. No, one time I saw him drink water out of elephant dung, which I'm fairly certain is not ideal. But I could be wrong about that too. Gotta get their friggin' hoods off, don't we? Oh god, okay. Went back. Alright, let's go kill these brigands, steal their hats. Or not. And then we can learn to be better people later. Sounds good. There's some nice armor that we should be using. I don't have any zero stand bros right now though. So I'm a little before that. Yeah, I know I have him, Rezusai. It's more along that's a long axe. I'm no longer excited by their tier 3 flails because I have enough. "95% of his techniques will get you killed." It's good to know. Alright, what do we do? Immediate wound. My adrenaline's don't want to go near that. F. All right. Work. Axe secured. Another random headshot from these fucking triple crossbows that are just delete. Rip banner. Standing on high ground behind two other brothers. Snipe, snipe, snipe. Fuck off, marksman. Still here, still shooting. They're light crossbows, so they're not even heavy. They're not even crossbows. Be brain damage. Probably not though. It's really annoying too because we need a banner right now so we can do all the locations that require a banner, which are a lot of them. I mean, I don't. What killed him? He just double headshot on elevation behind two people. That is just gonna kill people from time to time. There's nothing you can fucking do about that. Enjoy. Guy's almost dead too, I guess. Alright, hide. Okay. I don't do any part of that directly, Hanky. That is part of my editor's stuff, so I don't know what his routine is for that. The goal is to get it all up there eventually, but I don't know what the time frame is. These crossbows have kind of fucking destroyed us, chat. Not gonna lie. Maybe we didn't take them seriously enough. The fact they hit every attack in the head and it does 1,000,000 damage has been very powerful for them. Alright, we lost our new recruit. One of them, who was terrible, so whatever. But we lost our banner. Struck down, so maybe not lost, but certainly not what we wanted to see with them. And we gained nothing. Gained a story about raiders and crossbows and how great they are. Come on, brain damage. Oh, perfect. Look at fucking Care Bear. Easy brain damage on our banner. Easy brain damage. Easy. All it took Oh, they weren't light crossbows. They were real crossbows. Good call, chat. Good call. I looked at those and said light crossbows. I might have played that differently had I realized they were normal crossbows. Yeah, look at this bullshit though. 2 headshots, 80 HP, Colossus, 2 fucking headshots, full body armor. Didn't get hit by anything else. Just you know, fuck you. You're dead. Yeah, we are 100% dismissing Lassifras. Nobu. You get the Sarge for exactly that reason. Yep. Also killed this guy through armor that was barely broken. All right. We'll pay him his $10. Sarge unlocked. Can we re-add, one of my mods able to re-add Lassifras to the pool, please? Throwing weapons go off range skill, correct. Thank you, Nobu. All right. Bedlam level. Okay. Hey, I mean, a couple free wounds, no problem. Let's go, go sell. Do we just hire the Sarge now? We can't. I'm really, really tempted. I hate the fact that I've already invested 3K in this fucking guy. Seriously, fuck this guy. You're useless. You're entirely useless, scavenger. We need money. We need recruiter. We're just gonna buy the recruiter now and just roll with it. Yeah. Timing on the leveling is relevant. Cart's 5K, right? So we're not close to a cart right now. We need more money. I kind of like cheekily rolled on some hedge knights last night. Probably shouldn't have. All right, what are we on our timers for events? No, that is extremely dangerous. 4 to 6 raiders, a direwolf, and hexen. Fuck that. Run the fuck away. Run away. Hide. All right. Okay. Next conversion day is 46. Okay. And that's a lot of stars. Expansion has been excellent so far. All these brothers seem like they could be all okay. Not that guy. So we rolled those. Double melee defense, triple range defense, triple fatigue. Doesn't seem good enough. I don't think I'm going to get melee attack out of that. This one has melee attack but no defensive stats. And this guy's got HP, 10 melee skill, and fatigue. These are all great rolls for like 20 days ago. We need to have at least one brother for conversion right now, though. Man is a thinker. He's our primary orator, tasked with converting new brothers through wit and skill, presumably. I had a thought that I won't share. All junk, I guess. Could swap out our headpieces. Okay. I prefer 100 melee attack and 25 melee defense, or 85 melee attack and 35 melee defense. Depends for what. The second one is much more of a generalist. The 10 extra melee defense makes a big difference because of the way how attack rolls work. But certainly hitting your weapons a lot good. If you could figure out a back rank build for that second one, that'd be good. But I don't think this guy gets to 85 melee attack without any stars and a brawler most of the time. And I don't think this guy gets to 25 melee defense, but maybe. We need a conversion. Let's take a look. 53-4. Not good enough to keep. 83-24. I mean, for a cultist, maybe. Goes to 30. Alright, I think we're keeping them. This is Valhiru. Okay. Alright, that's our only active cultist right now, I believe. Or our only active recruit candidate. What was the command? BB sack. 146. What are we at? 44. Okay. Roll the farmer. Could. We're gonna I'm not wasting cocaine on this guy. I don't know if we need to have a second one or not. Doesn't seem that exciting to me. I don't know, the stam stat is really nice, but I don't know that farmhands have that much more stam than brawlers, right? A little bit. Sword lance, bro. I don't need back rankers. The problem with back rankers is you have a back rank that's always available, that is always there. Like you it's weird. Like everyone's solution to brothers who don't have quite enough stats for the front line is like put them on the back line. And that's good in theory until you run the fact that remember the fact that leveling all your good statted guys requires that you have space in the backline. If you have dedicated backliners, you don't have space in the fucking backline to level your new brothers, which means you're gonna be risking new brothers, or you're gonna be putting people who aren't designed to be in the front line in the front line. Either way, it's kind of bad. $150 investment. It's not quite a 150 investment. We're not going to get 2 cultist conversion events before the sack event 99% of the time. So in all likelihood, one of them leaves unless I invest powder, and I only have 1 powder and it's hard to get more of. So the actual thing is we're gambling against this guy. We could look at stats and dismiss one of them, but it's more than a 150 because we've already paid for this guy. I mean, in a sense, I already made that decision when I rolled the brawler as opposed to this guy. And we're supposed to be getting goddamn archers. I should update the goals today. You're really invested in this idea that it's cheap. I don't know that it matters that it's cheap. Like, you know what we want to do right now money-wise, right? Ready? We want to replace our retinue because I got baited into trying this fucking scavenger one that always looks good on paper, and I don't think I've realistically used it very much before, and I regret the fuck out of it. I need to upgrade the cart, which is 5k. I need to replace this retinue, which is 3,500. And I need to start getting in a position where we can start rolling on backgrounds that are expensive, but very low probability of dumb. And we need to unlock the Surgeon. I think Surgeon is going to be extremely important for the late game of the Cultist run. Because I think what we're going to end up doing is recruiting anyone with good stats, and then trying to get them wounded in a way that doesn't impact them. You like the potential of this one more than the Brawler? Yeah, I'll have a look. But I'm just saying that money is not free for us right now. We have things we wish to do with our money. Not without opportunity costs to do this. Alright, let's take a look at chat's farmhand. 60 because of this thing, 4, 63, 120 starting with stars is a lot though. Actually ends up better than the Brawler. Resolves 20 lower. Thought I would take a break today. You know how pointless it would be if I offered you guys an extended stream for extra effort and basically extra support from you guys, and then I turned around and didn't stream the next day. I'd be like, look, you can gift me a bunch of subs last night. Or, I mean, I guess like it plays into human nature, right? It's like, you know, what you want now as opposed to what you want in the future. But I feel like it's not exactly fucking providing value if I stream for 6 hours more last night and then take 8 hours off today. You know? It feels kind of bad. Yeah, maybe it is just paying the instant gratification. So this ends up 83 every time, 86 with gifted. This ends up 80. 5. 88 with gifted. What is my wife's job? She's a university professor. All right, let's roll left to right on these. They're both fine. We got Darple. And we've got... Dude, this is a failure of the spreadsheet right now. I've got 3 names on it, so it's real low probability. And one of them has 100 tickets and 2 people have 4 tickets. But the person who has 100 tickets is already in this. All right, chat. How do we do this then? I can just flip a coin. I don't have a coin. Do I just pick one at random? All right. Oh wait, no, this is already named. Ha! Never mind, I don't have to name it. It's already Valhero. Fucking right. Great. Okay. No, it's alright. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. I think it might be close to the time we get Nallard killed. Maybe they become a frontline thrower. I think Grave Bees was trying to sell me on frontline throwers. Seems reasonable. I believe frontline versus backline is just a state of mind is what I'm getting at, chat. All right. Bit beat up right now for some reason. Right. Frontline is a social construct. Where are we going? So we're wandering around waiting for events to fire. Sure. I don't really want to go to Sun Time, although we could. think we're gonna wander down this way. We need an archer.
A generous bestowal.
Use Static Man for 10 bucks. Add you to the list. I don't see any cabins. Let's do Brookstad and let's just do our normal circuit here, I think. Yeah. More raiders. Raiders with marksman now, before we hit the next tier of armor and defenses, are actually starting to be a bit of a pain. A lot of damage on those crossbows, huh? Alright, Care Bear needs more time to level. There's just no way around that. Or heal, rather. Amaret is welcome to die. We need this out of inventory. Last like 5 times I've clicked on that, I've been annoyed. So, death. Need to level 63 HP. Have 12 in already. Is this a nimble build? It is. Okay. All right. Okay, Vendrish. $75 here. Okay. Don't like 65 HP here. Might go down to 61 to make it a little bit more palatable if he dies. Okay. All right, why do I have swords? No reason. Ready? Dead. 6 headshots to the head. Damn, they're learning about biking safety in Raider school right now. Haven't really got it fully yet. They don't understand that the weight of your hat reflects your value as a person. But they're beginning to suspect something's not right. Look at these. Dude, they made forests more toxic, didn't they? Oh, good news, chat. Good news. It's 11 o'clock. In about 20 minutes, maybe after 1 or 2 more fights, I have leftover Thai food. Probably the best news of the day, honestly. You do not want Thai. Mention a Raider school. How's the learning supposed to work there? That's a lot of post-mortem stuff, really. They kind of like look at like past Raider fights and what went wrong, and they're like, well, can't do that again. Turns out we have to bring hats to a fight. Fucking hats. Kind of like that. Imagine adrenaline. Without Pathfinder. Feels bad. And crossbows. AI's weapon of choice for sure. How to be an annoying prat. Have crossbows. All right. Doing my absolute best to keep everyone behind trees. I'm scared to go here.